Hey guys, it's Maggie, and today I am in a slightly different location. Instead of standing, I am sitting in front of my smaller-ish bookshelf because I have a big unboxing today and I don't want to stand because the books are heavy. So, my birthday was 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and I ordered a bunch of books from Book Outlet and they came and I'm gonna show you guys. So this is like my big birthday book haul. See, she loves me. You left me, huh? Okay, bye. I have this big box with like all of the books right here. And I haven't gone through it yet. I just opened it. So, this is all for Annie, who's not paying attention to me. Okay, so I'm just gonna dive in because this is gonna be a long video. So the first book I see is Two Girls Staring at the Ceiling by Lucy Frank. Basically, it's about two girls living in a hospital, and it's told in verse, and so the whole thing is like this, and I think that's really cool because I didn't know that when I bought it. And that's really cool. Like, I'm actually really excited to read this. I think it'll be a really quick read, and it's kind of just told in verse. And next, I have Teardrop by Lauren Kate. And this is a story about a girl that basically is not allowed to cry, and her mom has told her whole life she's not allowed to cry, and then her mom disappears and she meets this boy who tells her that she's in danger and constantly makes her cry, I guess. And so I don't know what happens when you cry, but apparently can't. Next, I have Rule of Three by Eric Walters. This is about a dystopian world where all the computers shut down, all the electrical is going down, so they had no power for 3 days. I'm really interested in dystopian. Like, my favorite trilogy right now is The Fifth Wave, and it's probably going to stay The Fifth Wave. It keeps changing, but Fifth Wave is kind of like my favorite right now. So I've been really interested in dystopian a lot lately, so I'm really excited to read this. Next, I have Adaptation by Melinda Lowe, and this book is about like thousands of birds fly into airplanes, and they cause thousands of people to die and tons of airplanes to crash, and all the travelers are stranded because the US shuts down all of the flights. So people have to drive to get to travel, like they can't fly anymore. Yeah, and then a bird crashes into them and they end up in a hospital completely healed and no one knows why. So that's exciting. Annie, she's not listening to me. She's gonna, okay. Next, I have Second Star by Alyssa B. Scheinmel, I think. I don't know if I'm saying that name right. It's a Peter Pan retelling, a contemporary version of Peter Pan set on California beaches, a magical tale about never wanting to grow up. So I'm really excited about this because I love fairy tale retellings, and Peter Pan is definitely, of course, one of my favorites. Next, I have Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion. Bad at names. Warm Bodies he is a zombie, and he has the memories and identity and no pulse, but he doesn't want to eat people like everyone else does. And I know there's a movie about this, and I haven't seen the movie, shocking, but I want to read the book first. What's next in this box? Next, I have Compromised by Heidi Arabi, and this book is about a girl who has a con man for a dad, and she's always on the run with him. She ends up in foster care after her dad goes to prison, and it's just about her trying to find her long-lost family. Next, I have The Epic Adventures of Lydia Bennet. I love Pride and Prejudice, and I love the Lizzie Bennet diary retelling that is on YouTube. And so when I saw this on Book Outlet, I was like, oh my god, I need it. Because Lydia is one of my favorite characters in the Lizzie Bennet diaries, so I'm very excited. Next, I have The Eye of Mines by James Dashner, who is also the author of the Maze Runner series, and I've been wanting to get my hands on this book for so long. This is about a hacker who is, I guess, recruited by the government to get other hackers, I think. I'm not exactly sure. I just really liked the cover, and I've heard about this book for so long, and I really wanted to read it, so now I have it. Next, I have The Raft by S.A. Bodine. So she is flying on a plane. She is the only traveler on the flight. I believe Yeah, she's on a cargo flight. She's the only passenger. The flight goes down and she's on a raft with a boy named Max, and there is no food and the only water basically is around them in the ocean, and so they're stranded on this raft. Next, I have Unbreakable by Elizabeth Norris. This is the sequel to Unraveling, which I read, I want to say 2 years ago. Unraveling is about the end of the world, basically. It is the countdown to a major earthquake, and Unbreakable is the sequel and what follows that. So I'm excited to read this. I think I have read that. Next, I have Breathe by Sarah Crossan. This book is basically about people that have been placed in a big dome to preserve air because oxygen basically died. If you want to live, you have to pay to breathe. So basically, a constant worry is about having enough air and you have to pay to breathe, and it's about a girl. She joins the resistance to get her to save the environment. Next, I have Uglies and Pretties by Scott Westerfield, the two first books in the Uglies series. I am so excited about this. When I saw that the two of them were together, I was so excited. The first book, Uglies, is about a girl who at 16 is going to go, basically everybody goes under surgery to become from an ugly to get turned pretty, and you can live in the pretty town and everything like that. But then she realizes that it's not all what it seems, and I'm excited to read this because I've wanted to read this series for so long. Next, I have Hungry by H.A. Swain. In this world, everybody takes medication off to get rid of their hunger because there's no food. One day, this girl's medication stops working and she suddenly gets hungry. Next, I have Survival Colony 9 by Joshua David Bellin. This is a post-apocalyptic thriller. Survival Colony 9 was formed after a brutal war that took over Earth, and this follows the story of Query, who can't remember anything in the last 6 months, and he cannot remember how he got to Survival Colony 9 or where his real home is. Next, I have The Winner's Curse by Marie Rikoski, the first book in the Winner's trilogy. I am obsessed. Everyone on BookTube is talking about this right now, and I'm so glad I have the first book to join onto the bandwagon. I don't really know what this is about. I've kind of been avoiding spoilers and everything just because everyone's talking about it and I really want to experience it for myself, so that's kind of why I'm excited for this. Next, I have Across the Universe by Beth Revis. I am so excited. I've actually never seen this cover for Across the Universe, so that's something I'm very excited about, but I don't know if I can get the rest of them in the same cover because I know there's more than one, and I like having matching books, so that's another thing I'm kind of worried about. Basically, this is about a girl named Amy who boards the spaceship Godspeed to become a member of Project Ark ship so that they can wake up on a new planet 300 years in the future. She was frozen asleep and she wakes up 50 years too early. So I'm excited to read this. I don't really know much about Across the Universe, but I have heard many things about it for years, and so I definitely want to jump on the bandwagon. Ow! Next, I have Reboot by Amy Tantera. This is the first book in the duology Reboot and Rebel, and this is about a girl who died, and the longer you stay dead, the stronger you are. So she was dead for 178 minutes, so now that's how strong she is and the less human you are. So it's basically, I've read this and I've read Rebel, and they're both so good and I highly recommend them, and I've had Rebel for a long time and I haven't had Reboot until now. Similarly, I have Article 5 by Kristen Simmons. This is the first book in the Article 5 trilogy. I have Breaking Point and 3 already up there, which are the two other books. And I am very excited about this. This is about I've already read this series, but it is basically about the Bill of Rights have been taken away in the United States and replaced with the moral statues. And a girl who, what's her name? Ember, that's her name. Ember's mom gets arrested for not following the statues, and then Ember, because she is 17, gets arrested, and then she escapes, and all this stuff happens, and it's so cool, and I love this series. Next, I have Salvage by Alexandra Duncan. Basically, another book about space, I think, about a girl. She makes a mistake that has deadly consequences. Space is involved in this. I don't know what else. Next, I have Restoring Harmony by Joelle Anthony, and this book takes place in the future in 2041, which I'm actually really excited because I like books that take place in the future. So food is short supply, there's no more oil, crime and poverty are at their highest, and basically has to try to get home. And lastly, I have Reckoning by Carrie Wilkinson. I totally just realized I have this on my shelf right here, so I have 2 copies of this book now, which is totally fine. I still haven't read it, but I bought it twice, so that must mean that I need to read this. So this is about a girl named Silver who takes a reckoning test to decide her place in society, and then no one really knows what happens to the teenagers that disappear inside the castle, and so she goes into the castle and she doesn't know how to find a way out, so I think that's really interesting. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22 books. I think that's the most I've ever bought from Book Outlet. 22 books for my birthday, so I need to find a new place for these on my shelves. That'll be fun. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!